Welcome back, everyone. My name is Chas, and welcome to Vardeez.com. And today I have Mr. Amit Tyagi. He's a seasoned working professional. He has more than 14 years of banking experience. And today we'll talk about his experience of passing the FRM Part 2 exam. He just recently cleared the FRM Part 2 exam. So we're going to catch up with him. And in this particular podcast series, we'll talk about why FRM is important and what was his strategies to pass the FRM Part 2 exam. And also, he's been working in Japan for a bank. So Amit, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining in this particular conversation.
It's my pleasure, sir, for giving me this opportunity, having me on this podcast. And it is a wonderful opportunity to express my feelings. And this is really, I'm thankful to you also being the part of my journey of completing this FRM.
Thank you so much. The very first question, can you tell us about your career journey and how did you ended up working for a bank for about 14 years, and it's been a long time?
Yes, sir. Sure. It's been a very good story, I would say, because I belongs to a village in Uttar Pradesh, in Western UP, and having a village background and a very humble background, uh, the career is like okay, one government job. So I started with Indian Air Force in December 2006. My dream was to get into commission cadre of armed forces, no matter whether it is Air Force, Army, or Navy. But the final destination was to achieve the commission cadre. But somehow, because of some reason, I could not make it to the academy. So I have to decide whether to continue in non-commissioned cadre in Air Force or to take a different path altogether as far as my career goes. So with the support of seniors, guidance, and with my own decision-making willpower, I thought of let me move out of Air Force and decide a different career path in civil side. I moved out of Air Force and then I did my MBA. So I was not having any good companies in the campus and the kind of job profile which I was looking forward to after completing that MBA. So I have written my exams of different, at that point in time, different banking sector opportunities were coming in, especially the bank PO cadre. I wrote different exams. I got an opportunity with Bank of India with a reasonable position, with a reasonable jump in terms of seniority. So I have joined Bank of India and I worked here in different profile as a large corporate relationship manager. Then I worked in Bank of India Treasury in Bank BKC Mumbai, and from there I got one promotion and moved to branch banking, SME related branch banking, and from that it's been almost 11 years. I have had it different branches. It is my seventh branch here, to be very precise. And as a branch head, this is a wonderful opportunity I got from Bank of India after clearing the whole process of return and then interview and then merit and everything. I got an opportunity to head the Bank of India Osaka branch, and which is a wonderful opportunity. So taking that experience into my hand, and then I moved on like, okay, let us improve upon some academic profile of our as a banker. FRM and CFA are the two big names going on in the industry nowadays. So risk management is one of the key area which I think is very prominent in nowadays because of regulatory actions and so much changes happening in banking industry per se, in financial market, and this regulatory landscape is changing a lot, sir. So I, from that perspective, I thought like let me improve upon my academics towards this risk management side, which will definitely has got a long way to play in terms of my career prospects going forward in the industry, sir.
Okay, fair enough, Amit. What inspired you to take the FRM certification?
There are many small checkpoints I would definitely answer this question with. There is a few of my seniors, and those seniors are not of very junior level in the hierarchy. They are general managers and chief general managers working presently in my bank, who have done this FRM when I came in this Japan posting in 2022 March. So when I saw that, okay, one of my general manager is appearing in FRM, what made him to appear in this exam? Because he is done with that seasoning of the banking industry and he is aware of every small tidbits of the industry. So what made him to do this FRM? Why this FRM has got so relevance that my general manager or chief general manager is one of the top of the
The
hierarchical. Yes,
parade.
he has completed. So I had a opportunity to interact with him, and there was only one liner from his side. Amit, you have to be ready for all sort of opportunities coming your way, and this is one of the milestone which will help you to have that uh, career progression uh,
Right.
in your play, the way you want your career progression.
Hmm.
So you should also got into this FRM thing, and definitely, sir, I really appreciate that word of my senior, and then other people who have helped me to bring in that motivation from within, because FRM as a course
Hmm.
it won that triple D, what we call discipline, dedication, determination.
Right, 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 right.
That sort of effect was there in this whole process. So this thing, because as I earlier told, like, because of having this structure clear in my mind, okay, let me specialize my career progression, because I have had a wonderful experience of branch banking, I have had wonderful experience of treasury, I have had wonderful experience of relationship manager. So let me structure it out, my field level experience, and to bring out this risk management perspective in my resume, so that I can hone my skill further here after having this FRM certification in place. So I'll definitely look forward to some opportunity within my organization to do something better for my organization and for my own personal career progression. So that
Right,
was the
right.
motive behind it.
Perfect. Okay. Considering that you've been working for a very long time, 14
Sir,
years in banking and then armed forces prior to that. So, how difficult was it for you to get back to studies? Like after such a long break?
definitely. Sir, let me be very specific on this line, because as a banker, you have to be into some sort of academics for sure, sir. Because
Right.
we bankers normally, that to a public sector banker, like the one liner is there, son, a jack of all trades. So
Right.
every now
Hmm.
and then we get posted to some different geography. We don't know what are the kind of economics, what are the kind of industry, what are the requirement of this industry, and we have to know this all business dynamics. So we have to keep ourselves updated, sir, with small level
Correct.
of certification, with small level of non certification also, out of your interest, just to
Hmm.
perform better in your normal role and responsibility in the organization, sir. So that is one aspect. But yes, to be very frank, it's a kind of big challenge to take up, as a because financial risk manager is one of the exhaustive curriculum I got to see after a long time, and it is
Hmm.
during the process only I got to know that this is being given an equivalence level of post graduation.
Right.
So,
Considered
so
equivalent to a master's
yes,
in
sir.
10 countries.
So
Right.
so
Correct.
so so that equivalency is like, these are all motivating factors, I would say, sir. Rather
Right.
than, I took them as a motivation rather than challenge, because I was aware I need to devote a special time, and especially thankful to my senior CGM who is there in Bank of India, and who helped me in terms of having that motivation clear in mind. If you have to do it, then I have to bring in all sort of motivation, small, big, whatever. So academically, I know that, okay, I have to definitely put in my efforts, and I have to structure it in a very strategic
Hmm.
way, in whatever possible best, because time is available equal to all the candidates. So
Correct.
being a working professional, having time zone difference and all, so there are many times when my Indian side is still on a evening part, and we are on late night, so there were job responsibilities, job assignments, requirement. So somehow, but because of help of my seniors, because of help of my family, because of, I would say, my daughters have helped me a lot in terms of not disturbing me to that extent.
Right. Right.
so
Having that
so
study time. Yeah.
yes, yes, because late evening I am not in that energy to continue with my academics. So I am a early kind of riser,
Early
because
riser. Right.
being in Japan, land of rising sun. So I thought of, okay, let us go up before the sun rises in Japan. Take my time around 1.5 hour,
Right.
2 hours in the morning itself, 4:30, five
Mm.
o'clock. I used to get up and do continuous 1.5 hour study during the weekdays, and Saturday,
Mhm.
Sunday, um, definitely it has to be concentrated effort of around 5 to 6 hours for sure, sir. Both the days, Saturday, Sundays.
So I do remember that when you came to Vardeez, I think last year
Yeah,
I
sir.
think last
Just
year, right? We
last
you
year,
you
I think,
called
sir, I exactly remember the
you
day.
called me exactly. I do remember that you called me right after the exam, and you
Last
23.
November,
Yes.
yes, 16th or 17th November, I have appeared for this level one exam, and immediately I thought like, okay, what to do
Why
here,
not start the
because
prep for part two?
yes sir, because result is going to come in around 6 week time. I'm aware some of the website they have given a kind of estimation that okay, January first week 2024
Right,
result will
right,
be out.
right. Usually,
so
yes,
i
that's the time that
so
they
I
ask.
thought like, okay, it will be around 1.5 month. So what to do? Should I wait for result or should I continue with my level two exam? God forbid if I am not able to make it. Somehow those calculation. So with all the probabilities in my mind, I had a word with you. Then you just gave a kind of suggestion, Amit. You can continue with the. You can wait for the result, enjoy your in between period, and but you can maintain the consistency
Right.
because the
That
kind of
momentum
momentum.
that needs to
Yes,
be maintained, right?
so the word momentum made me like, okay, let us take it. So I remember I specifically asked you, sir, I'm going to subscribe your full-fledged level 2 course, but God forbid if something goes wrong, will I be able to access my course afterwards? Then you
Right.
tell Amit, need not to think of negatives. Let us go with a positive mind. Hopefully, you will be able to
Absolutely.
clear it. And the kind of numbers I have shared with you that okay, I know like
Hmm.
approximately some 60% of question I am able to do out of 100, like which I'm sure that they are correct. So then you said, no, no, as per my experience, some 55% to 60% is fair enough as far as FRM is
Passing is
concerned, level
concerned,
one.
right?
Yeah, sir. So you will be able to make it. Let's need not to think of those lines. You just continue with your preparation, maintain the momentum, and hopefully you'll be able to do it. Then in between again I called you up, should I go, I'll be going ahead with May or August. So you told no, no, no worries from my side, you can take your plan because you are a working professional. Because I was supposed to look into my different job responsibilities also. I was thinking like some audits or some inspections may come. So I was thinking like, okay, let me structure it this way that I should have
Hmm.
clear timeline in my mind, because if I fix up the date, then I don't want to take it further. So I want to
Correct.
close that with the locking of the date. Okay. Then in January and last week, I decided, okay, let me go ahead with the registration of FRM level 2. And so that's how the journey is. And this is what the plan of
And it
action is.
and it worked out. So yeah, that's another one question that is linked to this particular thing. That could you just let us know that you starting early, as we just spoken about that you started
Sir,
off early even before the results, right?
yes, sir, yes, sir. Before
After your
result,
exam, you started off early. So does that early bird kind of prep, starting early, does that really help in getting that confidence, or you feel
100%, sir. Without any single iota of doubt, the early kind of start from my side has helped me a lot in comparison to other candidate. I'm 100% sure, sir, because that 1.5 month helped me in terms of covering my credit risk, my market risk, and I think this risk and investment book. So almost these three
so I
books,
think you're
I
far
would,
ahead. You're
yes,
absolutely, even before the results are out, you are ahead of the
because
pack.
you told me, I mean, there are some changes in the course, so I'll be sharing you the updates, but remaining things remain same. You can continue with from my videos. So I went ahead with those videos, and again I get back to the reading, and then immediately with the reading I started solving questions of Treasure and the kind of question every lecture there are certain questions provided by you also in very
Right.
structured manner, and that too they are all like the same CVD format only, sir. So that helped me a lot in terms of relating it to the actual exam. Yes, yes, it has a cohesive
Okay.
efforts from your side, my side, and like the kind of efforts which we did into this preparation. But yes, it is this early
It
thing,
worked out. It worked out in your favor.
definitely, because there is one important thing is, as you rightly pointed out in earlier discussion, that is momentum thing, sir. Being a
Correct.
working
Correct.
professional, somehow we don't know what is going to happen in future, sir. Like
Right.
after 6 months
Right.
or 1 year down the line, maybe I may be shifted to some other assignment, the different role, the different responsibility. So I'm very much clear that short term horizon, I'm very much clear to that extent. And that momentum thing is very much here because I started waking because I'm into like small some physical exercise or some running. I'm in habit of doing,
Okay.
and after coming to Japan, it has become a kind of core part of my daily routine,
Core
sir.
habit.
Because
Right. Right.
so that's
Hmm.
another level of motivation. So I used to get up early in the morning. So I thought like, no, no, yeah, this momentum is going to help me, and let me cover it up. The more I will revise, the more kind of confidence it will bring it to my preparation. And I was having sufficient time by the time I was supposed to appear in May exams. So I
Right.
could practice a lot. I could do different mocks available on your portal. I could revise through this, like some
Crash
notes I have
course.
prepared. So crash course, yes. That was a great help from your side to that extent, I would say. But it is really, sir, that early thing and this preparation, that momentum thing is definitely of great help
It
because
really, it really helps.
yes, sir. In my opinion, nobody should leave it for like, okay, let us do in another year. Next year we will do. Let us
Right.
continue with the effort and let us build on this
Start off.
academic further. Yeah.
Absolutely. Start off early and then end up very soon. Now, what strategy that you used for, passing this part two exam? So it's a huge chunk of information. So what was your
Yes,
specific,
yes,
any
sir.
strategy that you followed?
Strategy, sir, as I discussed with you, and while already clearing this FRM level 1, I was having this mindset, okay, I have to put in a lot of efforts in level 2 because there are around more than 100 reading. So, because it was only 62 reading in level 1. So,
Correct.
I was very much having that thing in my mind. I have to put in a lot of efforts. And majority is quite exhaustive, quite theoretical, and deep into conceptual understanding. So I have to put in a lot of efforts on that part, and your lectures had helped me. One of the strategic achievement I would say in my preparation is like to get in connect with you and strategically put that video lectures and your this mock exams and practice sets. Those were very helpful in terms of preparing chapter wise, and
Correct.
and with good amount of time from December onwards till April, May, I was supposed to appear in exam. So almost 5 months, I would say, full 5 months were there at my disposal. So I was sure
Right.
that okay, let us concentrate one reading or two reading in a day so that I can finish the revision part. Then I'll again do the revision theory part from the Schwezer itself, sir. These are the
Hmm.
two revision I have done from Schwezer. Then I used your crash course, sir, because it was
Right.
very concise, very clear. And once you are done with all the specific readings, then you know, okay, this is some thing I need to get into the detail of this thing. And one of the very good advice given by my wife is creating acronyms for my preparation, sir. I
Right.
made some acronyms through the whatever learning I am doing, this reading I
Hmm.
am doing in the chapter wise. So some I made some acronyms. I use this post-it, sir. Post-it I use too much. My whole wall
Okay.
of my room, my almirah, and this is all completely
So you
full.
got into it totally.
100%, sir, because
You
there
have
are
to.
quite formulas which were quite confusing. So
Right.
you instead of code like that, there is sigma under root 1 upon n plus n minus 1 upon n, like okay,
Right.
you
I
are
get that.
missing some one. Oh, you are then okay. So
Right.
whenever I'm just getting ready for my office, I just open the almirah. I'll just see the almirah sidelines. Okay, these are the formula.
Those sticky
This is
notes, right?
those sticky notes. That helped me a lot, sir. That helped me a lot. And this acronym thing, as suggested by my wife, that also
Hmm.
helped me in terms of structuring it. Okay, there was one chapter in credit risk. There was one this bond equity and this default. There's a chart actually. So I made the bed. B for bond, E for equity, and D for default. So that is structure. That way
Okay.
I
So you.
correlated, and that way
Right.
I
Right.
structured
Right.
into my memory, and it helped me a
Hmm.
lot. So it helped me a lot. And again, this revision part, because I'm done with reading, then I solve the questions. So that was all part of the strategy. And every now and then, if at all I require any clarification, I just open the video of your lecture and just got into the specific phase of that reading and then got the clarity. So it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot, sir.
So if someone is working in a bank, right,
Sir,
should that person consider the FRM certification? What do you think about the future prospect of FRM, especially in banking, because you've have a tremendous
yes,
amount of
sir.
work
Yes, sir. Yes,
experience
sir.
in
Yes, sir.
banking?
Sir, certification like FRM and specifically in risk management area, which is one of the prominent area nowadays and going forward, it is going to have more of the relevance For sure, sir, because we are now more into this fintech thing. Once we are already introduced to this fintech era, we are exposed to this regulatory requirement of compliances. So, compliance and
Right.
risk management, these are the two areas which I feel going forward will be of great importance as far as banking industry is concerned. Forget about banking industry, I would say, sir, whole of the financial market, sir, because now
Right.
regulators are on uh, watchful of all those developments, what kind of products we are developing, whether it is in compliance to the law of the land, whether it is compliant to the strategic thought process the regulators have shared with the industry participants. So this FRM is definitely going to have good demand. And I see, like, strategically or statistically also, sir, we are getting good number of registration going up in the market, and demand for such extra academics in
Professionals.
in
Right.
your in your profile will definitely give an edge to a candidate sitting in the process, sitting for an opportunity. So having a background of FRM and having a specific academics at your level in your kitty will definitely give an advantage to the candidates, because earlier not much consideration was given to all these specific domains, but now
Right.
because of this special vertical structure being created in all the financial participant, the organization, everybody is having structured like centralized processing cells, operational team, risk management teams, the treasury team. So compliance and this risk management is part and parcel of every domain. You have
Correct.
to be
Correct.
compliant, you have to be in line with the because we are into the business wherein risk is always there.
So thank
Sir,
you so much, Amit. Thanks for again taking the time out, and it was actually wonderful conversing with you on the scenario of the FRM and all the FRM part two, the journey that you went through as well.
thanks a lot, Sajay sir, because I'm like, as I told in starts, you have been a prominent part in the process of Amit Tyagi achieving FRM. So it's
Absolutely
and
appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
so thanks for having me in this conversation, sir. It's really pleasure being on this podcast. And I wish all the very success in your effort. You are doing a wonderful job in terms of building on and helping people like us to structure our career and to structure our preparation in a right direction. So thanks a lot, sir. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.